Chapter 2263. Heavenly Sovereign's 6 saints was dressed in white and had white hair. He had a gentle smile on his face and no aura could be sensed from his body. He looked like a kind old man. Lu Ming, I've called you here to give you a reward. All top sky prides will be nurtured by the upper echelons of the heaven realm and can freely enter and leave some sacred cultivation grounds. Take this token. A token appeared in Heavenly Sovereign's 6 saints' hand and he handed it to Lu Ming. It was exactly the same as the one that Heavenly Emperor Hengyu had given to Mulan's. Lu Ming took it and kept it. There are specific records of the sacred cultivation grounds in the token. You can view where you want to cultivate in the future. Also, after saying that, Heavenly Venerate's 6 saints raised his hand and 3 grayish stones appeared in the sky. These are Chaos Stones. Lu Ming's eyes suddenly lit up. This was definitely a Chaos Stone. Lu Ming would not recognize it wrongly. He had obtained one back then at an auction in the Celestial City. Back then, people thought that the Chaos Stone had dried up. Therefore, the price was not expensive. Otherwise, the price would be very shocking. These 3 Chaos Stones obviously had not dried up. They contained chaos chi that could be sensed. Lu Ming's heart was burning with excitement. Chaos chi was better than nebulous primordial chi. It was a top treasure for cultivating a small world. After refining it, the evolution of the small world would be faster and at the same time, it would be more stable and could be used to improve one's cultivation. Take these 3 Chaos Stones. They're an extra reward for you. Heavenly Sovereign 6 saints waved his hand and the 3 Chaos Stones flew to Lu Ming. Lu Ming put it away and thanked Celestial Venerable 6 saints. This is all I can give you. After all, the resources of the heaven realm are limited. If we concentrate all of them on one person, many people will have objections. Heavenly Sovereign 6 saints said. It's those people from Blue City again. Heavenly Emperor Hengyu said unhappily. Heavenly Sovereign 6 saints smiled helplessly. Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. It seemed that Two Realms City was not a monolithic city. There were many tricks in it and there were probably many factions. Where there were people, there would be competition. Lu Ming understood this very well. Lu Ming, I can only give you so many consumables like Chaos Gems, Primordial Stones, and World Cores. If you want more, you'll have to fight for it yourself. As for those non-consumables like some cultivation sacred grounds, I don't have such concerns. You can freely enter them. Heavenly Sovereign 6 saints added. Lu Ming nodded. He also understood that Chaos Gems and Primordial Stones were becoming scarce the more they were used. The history of the cultivation world was so long that these treasures were pitifully few and limited. As for some cultivation holy lands, such as places that could help people comprehend the Tao, such places could be recycled and naturally could be freely entered. He believed that the other geniuses would receive the same treatment as well. Lu Ming was already very satisfied. The value of 3 Chaos Gems was astonishing. Celestial Venerable, may I ask how to obtain more Chaos Stones and Primordial Stones? Lu Ming asked. When you hunt the foreign tribes, a type of crystal core will condense in their bodies. That is the source of energy for the foreign tribes. As long as you have the crystal cores of the foreign tribes, you can exchange them for treasures. As long as you have enough crystal cores, you can exchange them for any treasure, including Chaos Gems. 6 saints said. Hunt the foreign tribes? Lu Ming clenched his fists. Didn't he come here to kill the foreign tribes? When the time came, he could hunt for crystal cores and exchange them for treasures. It was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. After that, Lu Ming and Heavenly Emperor Hengyu bid farewell to 6 saints. Then, Heavenly Emperor Hengyu arranged accommodations for him and Mulan's. In a courtyard, Lu Ming sat cross-legged and consolidated his cultivation base. A powerful suction force burst forth from the small world within his body. In the outside world, endless origin energy gathered toward Lu Ming. Through Lu Ming's pores, it poured into Lu Ming's body and then into his small world, becoming a part of it. Lu Ming was not in a hurry to refine the chaos energy within the chaos gems. His cultivation base had just broken through not long ago, so he planned to consolidate it for a while. A day later, Lu Ming stopped absorbing the heaven and earth origin energy. Now, he planned to start comprehending the indestructible ancient scripture. Lu Ming focused his mind. In his mind, various profound mysteries of the indestructible ancient scripture appeared. Lu Ming carefully studied it. Cultivating the indestructible ancient scripture to greater mastery requires as many as 18 types of laws. Lu Ming was secretly shocked. In other words, if he cultivated the indestructible ancient scripture to greater mastery, he could deduce 18 types of laws. This was extremely shocking. An ordinary ancient scripture only contained a few types of laws. Cultivating it to greater mastery would only allow one to control a few types of laws. As for an ancient scripture that contained 9 types of laws, it was extremely shocking. It could allow one to cultivate all the way to the Emperor realm. But the indestructible ancient scripture contained 18 types of laws. It was no wonder it was called one of the most famous ancient scriptures in the heavenly world. Unfortunately, Lu Ming had only grasped 3 of these 18 types of laws. The life law, the array Tao law, and the tools Tao law. The core law of the indestructible ancient scripture was the life law. Indestructible, indestructible. This was the definition of an extremely powerful life force. Only by grasping the life law would one have the chance to cultivate the indestructible ancient scripture to greater mastery and display its greatest effect. If other Elysian children were to cultivate it, although they could also cultivate it, it would be impossible for them to reach greater mastery. This was because they had already grasped one of the strongest laws. It was impossible for them to grasp the life law. On the other hand, if an ordinary monarch body was to cultivate it, it would be possible for them to reach greater mastery. This was because they could use the indestructible ancient scripture to deduce the life law. In addition, there was also the array Tao law. Lu Ming had discovered that many people's divine abilities contained the array Tao law. The prodigies that had fought with him before had also grasped the array Tao law. The array Tao law could condense endless runes. It was indeed the most ideal law to construct divine abilities. The indestructible ancient scripture required 18 types of laws. Lu Ming had only grasped 3 types. However, he could already cultivate them. Furthermore, he had the life law. The power he could cultivate would definitely not be weak. If I want to cultivate divine abilities, I'll have to find a place that can help me comprehend divine abilities. Lu Ming's heart stirred. He took out the token that Heavenly Sovereign Sixth Saint had given him and carefully looked at it. After looking at it, Lu Ming left the courtyard and walked towards a certain place in Two Realms City. Not long after, Lu Ming arrived in front of an ancient palace. There were people standing guard outside the palace. However, after Lu Ming took out the token, he was easily able to enter. After entering the ancient palace, he saw a door of light. This door of light led to a small world. Lu Ming didn't hesitate to step into the door of light. In the next instant, Lu Ming appeared on a mountain peak. As expected, it's a Tao comprehension ancient tree. Standing on the mountain peak, Lu Ming looked into the distance and sighed. Two Realms City also had a Tao comprehension ancient tree. This Tao comprehension ancient tree had already fully matured. It covered the sky like a world tree and rushed into the clouds. Between the branches, the great Tao revolved. It was extremely mysterious. Chapter 2264. This was the 4th tree of enlightenment that Lu Ming had seen. He had one for himself, and there was also one beside the Titan longhorn beetle, one of the top 10 battle beasts he had seen in the Yuan continent. He had one at home, and there was one here. The one here and the one beside the Titan longhorn beetle were already mature. This was a holy land for cultivation in the Two-World City. He had the token and could come in and cultivate at will. Lu Ming flew forward. The closer he got to the Tree of Enlightenment, the more he could feel the majesty of the Tree of Enlightenment. Moreover, his body and mind also became unusually calm. Cultivating here, the speed of comprehending the laws, and the cultivation of divine powers were definitely much faster than in other places. There were many people cultivating under the tree of enlightenment. Lu Ming chose a secluded area, sat cross-legged, and started to meditate quietly. Time flew, and 10 days passed in the blink of an eye. Lu Ming's cultivation of the indestructible ancient scripture was already at the initial stage. The life precept, the array precept, and the tools precept were intertwined to form a strange divine powers. Once activated, his vitality would reach an astonishing level. It was not only for the physical body, but also for the soul. The recovery speed was several times faster than the life precept alone. It should be known that this was only 3 types of precepts. If cultivated to the great success stage, the power of the divine powers formed from 18 types of precepts would be astonishing. He would be almost immortal. Of course, the mystery of the indestructible ancient scripture was not limited to this. It not only had the effect of recovery, not only did his vitality become stronger, but he also had offensive means. Inside, there was another divine powers called the indestructible golden body. Cultivating this divine powers would make one's entire body seem to have turned into a peerless divine weapon. Its defensive power was astonishing, and it was indestructible. Moreover, it also had terrifying offensive power. Every part of the body was like a divine weapon that could erupt with astonishing power. This was the indestructible ancient scripture. It had both offensive and defensive capabilities, and its recovery power was astonishing. No wonder even the Sky Emperor was jealous and wanted to obtain it. Lu Ming immediately began to comprehend. Soon, Lu Ming had cultivated under the tree of enlightenment for a month. The speed of cultivating divine abilities here was indeed astonishingly fast. In just a short month, Lu Ming had already cultivated the indestructible ancient scripture to a certain level. Of course, if he wanted to increase his power, he would need to comprehend the other laws of the indestructible ancient scripture. The more laws he comprehended, the more powerful he would be. However, Lu Ming had no plans to comprehend other laws right now. He had already grasped 9 types of laws and needed to expend a great deal of energy to comprehend them. Biting off more than he could chew, Lu Ming still planned on focusing his energy on the current 9 types of laws. Now, it is time to refine the chaotic qi. Lu Ming smiled and left the place. He returned to his residence. With a thought, he entered the mountain river diagram. Then, a chaos stone appeared in his hand. Lu Ming channeled the power of the realm and sucked in 3 streams of air from the chaos stone. They were the 3 streams of chaos qi. Normally, a chaos stone would contain 3 streams of chaos qi. Lu Ming took a deep breath and sucked the 3 streams of chaos stones into his mouth. Then, they flowed into the small world and Lu Ming began to refine them. Rumble. The small world trembled slightly and became more stable. At the same time, its surface area became larger. After refining the 3 streams of chaos qi, he took out another chaos stone and sucked out the 3 streams of chaos qi from it and continued to refine it. Just like that, a month later, he had refined a total of 9 streams of chaos qi from the 3 chaos stones. A total of 9 streams of chaos qi had caused his cultivation to skyrocket. His cultivation had only just broken through to the 4-star illusionary emperor realm. Now, it had broken through to the 5-star illusionary emperor realm and even reached the peak of the realm. This speed could be said to be astonishing. One should know that the higher one's cultivation was, the harder it was to raise it. The energy required would also increase. From this, one could see how precious the 9 streams of chaos qi were. If I had an endless supply of chaos stones, wouldn't my cultivation continue to rise? Lu Ming's eyes burned with passion, but then he shook his head. That was impossible. The reason why he could rise so quickly was mainly because he already had 9 types of laws and all of them had reached the first level of perfection. The nomological threads covered the entire small world and made it very stable. Only then could he continue to refine energy and increase his cultivation. If it were others who did not cultivate their laws properly, such a crazy increase would probably cause the small world to explode. My chaos law. At this moment, Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He felt that his chaos law was about to break through. Immediately, Lu Ming closed his eyes and grasped this flash of inspiration. A day later, a gray law rose from Lu Ming's body. It was the chaos law. However, the chaos law that he controlled was much stronger than before. Second level. Lu Ming's chaos law was the first to break through to the second level. When Lu Ming was transcending the heavenly tribulation, after a series of battles, Lu Ming's comprehension of various laws had improved a little. Now, because he was refining the chaos chi and the chaos law were connected. Lu Ming finally grasped a trace of inspiration and successfully broke through. The breakthrough of the chaos law undoubtedly made Lu Ming's strength stronger. Now, I don't know how strong I am. Lu Ming thought to himself. If he were to face Xian Wulin, one of the 9 absolutes, he could easily defeat him. Let's go to the Tree of Enlightenment again. Lu Ming was excited. He wanted to go to the Tree of Enlightenment and see if he could break through a few more laws in one go. He came under the Tree of Enlightenment again to comprehend the laws. A month later, Lu Ming was disappointed. His other 8 laws had all encountered bottlenecks. Encountering a bottleneck was not something that could be broken through simply by cultivating hard and comprehending. In this regard, the Tree of Enlightenment was not very useful. The Tree of Enlightenment was very useful for those who had just broken through a bottleneck like the Chaos Law. It could help Lu Ming deepen his comprehension and improve his mastery. It seems that it's time to go to the battlefield to train. The best way to break through a bottleneck was to engage in life and death battles. Only in life and death battles could one stimulate one's potential and quickly improve. When Lu Ming was transcending the heavenly tribulation, it was because he was facing life and death battles that he fell into the ethereal state of life and death and comprehended how to fuse the laws of life, chaos, and death. Lu Ming left. First, he bought a set of information that introduced the battlefield and carefully read it. The battlefield between the Hunyuan Heaven Domain and the Taiching Heaven Domain was incomparably huge and vast. In addition to some ordinary battlefields, there were also some special battlefields. For example, when Lu Ming first arrived, the ancient battlefield was very special. No one had dared to enter it before. In addition, the Heaven Domain and the other races had also divided several special battlefields for the experts of both sides to fight. These were the Illusory Emperor Battlefield, the True Emperor Battlefield, and the Great Emperor Battlefield. Chapter 2265. For example, the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield was a place where 2 illusionary emperors would enter and kill each other. Firstly, they could train themselves. Secondly, they could kill their opponents and weaken their opponent's strength. They could also obtain rewards. In the heaven world, there was a rule that stated that killing foreign races and obtaining their crystal cores would give them rewards. On the foreign races' side, there was a corresponding reward. Killing experts from the heaven world would also give them rewards. The True Emperor Battlefield was a place where true emperors would kill each other. It was the same for the Grand Emperor Battlefield. For many years, there was an unwritten rule that true emperors were not allowed to enter the Illusionary Emperor Battlefield. Grand Emperors were not allowed to enter the True Emperor Battlefield. However, illusionary emperors could enter the True Emperor Battlefield as long as they were not afraid of death. This was because if people of a higher cultivation level could enter the battlefield of a lower cultivation level, then these few battlefields would be meaningless. If one side allowed people of a higher cultivation level to enter the battlefield of a lower cultivation level to kill those of a lower cultivation level, then the other side could also send people. In this way, these few battlefields would be meaningless. After looking around, Lu Ming more or less understood the battlefield outside. He then walked out of the two-world city. At a more remote part of the city wall, there were people guarding it. At the same time, a door of light was opened, allowing people to enter and exit the city freely. Of course, there was a great array here. If any foreign race tried to sneak in, they would be immediately identified and killed by the experts guarding here. Lu Ming went through the door of light and arrived outside the two-world city. Swoosh! Lu Ming concealed his aura, then stuck close to the ground and rushed towards a direction. Lu Ming first wanted to go to the illusionary emperor battlefield. He was very fast, like a shadow sweeping across the ground. After running for a long distance, Lu Ming finally entered the illusionary emperor battlefield. After entering the illusionary emperor battlefield, Lu Ming slowed down. However, after arriving here, Lu Ming did not conceal his aura anymore. Instead, he completely revealed his aura. This was only the illusionary emperor battlefield. The strongest person here was the illusionary emperor. Lu Ming was not afraid at all. Now that he was a 5-star illusionary emperor, he was not afraid of anyone in the illusionary emperor realm. He had released his aura to attract the outsiders to hunt him down. Lu Ming completely released the aura of a 5-star void emperor. Then, he walked slowly on the battlefield, waiting for the big fish to take the bait. Lu Ming walked for a while. Not far away, on a mountain peak, there were 5 figures hidden. These 5 figures were all from the heaven realm. From afar, they saw Lu Ming. What's wrong with that kid? To actually release his aura in the middle of a battlefield, he's simply courting death. This kid must be a hothead. It must be his first time coming to the battlefield. He thinks that he's great just because he's a 5-star illusionary emperor. There are many people who can kill him in this battlefield. A few of them mocked. No, as someone from the heaven realm, we can't just stand by and watch him die. I think he's inexperienced. It's his first time on the battlefield, let's go and remind him. A middle-aged man said. He had a square face and looked quite righteous. After saying that, he flew out, and the others followed after him. Lu Ming raised his eyebrows. He heard the commotion and looked toward the few of them. At one glance, he revealed a disappointed expression. It turned out that they were from the heaven realm. He thought that they were from the outsiders. Little brother, it's your first time in the Void Emperor battlefield, right? The square-faced man said. Yes. Lu Ming nodded. Little brother, it's too dangerous for you to release your aura like this. It's equivalent to exposing yourself to the enemy. Soon, you'll attract many experts from the other races. Hide your aura and find a place to ambush or move secretly. Only then can you hunt down the outsiders. The square-faced man advised kindly. Thank you, big brother. I know what to do. Lu Ming smiled and then stepped away. However, he still did not hide his aura. Stubborn. He's really courting death. I guess this kind of person is a disciple of some big family. He thinks that he has some strength and doesn't put others in his eyes. You have to know that some peak void emperors have lived for a long time and their combat strength is comparable to an ordinary true emperor. Even if he's a genius, he'll still die. The others said unhappily. Why do we care so much about him? We've already reminded him. He's the one who's arrogant. He deserves to die. Let's go. A skinny old man was the most unhappy and mocked. They returned to the mountain where they were ambushing. However, the square-faced man was still frowning as if he couldn't bear to see this. After a while, the square-faced man said, No, that young man has reached the 5-star Void Emperor realm at such a young age. He's definitely a top genius. When he grows up in the future, there might be another top expert in the heaven realm. It's a great loss for him to die just like that. I've decided to persuade him again and give him a warning. Go again. That kind of person won't wake up unless he suffers. He still thinks that he's the best in the world. The skinny old man said. Even so, as someone from the heaven realm, I can't not remind him. Let's go. After the square-faced man finished speaking, he flew in the direction that Lu Ming had left. The square-faced man was obviously quite dignified. Although the others were unwilling, they still followed. Lu Ming didn't restrain his aura at all and continued forward. Although the square-faced man and the others had good intentions, they didn't understand Lu Ming's combat strength at all. Why haven't they attracted the foreign tribes yet? Lu Ming complained. Suddenly, Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He saw a large mountain in front of him. These mountain peaks were rugged with strange rocks and towering ancient trees. It was the most suitable for an ambush. There might be foreign tribes hiding here. Lu Ming walked toward these mountain peaks. Lu Ming's guess was right. There were indeed foreign tribe experts lying in ambush in these mountain peaks. Moreover, these foreign tribes had already discovered Lu Ming. Hee, it's someone from the heaven realm. This kid is most likely a hothead. He actually dares to swagger around here. He's really courting death. He's young and his cultivation isn't weak. He's probably a genius. The reward for killing a genius from the heaven realm is not bad. There were at least a dozen foreign tribes hiding in a mountain peak. All of them were secretly communicating with each other, revealing excited expressions. Attack! When Lu Ming approached, a member of the evil god tribe shouted. More than a dozen evil god tribe members rushed out of the mountain peak and surrounded Lu Ming. They're finally here. Lu Ming's lips curled into a smile. At this moment, the square-faced man and the others finally arrived. Although they were a long distance away, their expressions changed drastically. Not good, it's the foreign tribes. That kid has been ambushed. I told you that he's courting death. Let's leave quickly. Otherwise, even we will die. The skinny man and the others roared, wanting to escape. That was because the evil god tribe had also discovered them. The square-faced man revealed a complicated expression. He gritted his teeth and was about to escape. If they didn't escape, they would all die. But at this moment, he was stunned. The others were also stunned. Their bodies stiffened in the air. Chapter 2266. Lu Ming did not say anything else and directly attacked. Swoosh! 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 Lu Ming continuously pointed more than 10 fingers. His finger force was unhindered. Each finger force contained 3 types of laws. During this period of time, Lu Ming also tried to create some new abilities. For example, he integrated other laws into the chaotic finger of calamity or the chaotic divine palm to create new abilities. Although the power was not as strong as the chaotic hammer, sword of death, spear of infinity, and other abilities, it was enough for normal use. What Lu Ming used now was the upgraded version of the chaotic finger of calamity with other laws. This was not a simple integration of laws, but a special ability that evolved after a wonderful intertwining. Poof! 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 More than a dozen evil god tribe members could not resist at all. Their eyebrows were directly pierced and they died on the spot. No matter how strong or weak their cultivation was, they were all killed in an instant, including a 7-star Void Emperor. After killing more than a dozen evil god tribe members, Lu Ming waved his hand, and the power of the world turned into a sharp blade. He cut open the bodies of the evil god tribe members and dug out their crystal cores. More than a dozen fist-sized crystal cores emitted a strange wave, sparkling and translucent. Lu Ming smiled. This was his first harvest. Lu Ming took out an empty storage ring and put the crystal cores into it. Then, Lu Ming turned around and nodded to the square-faced man. Then, he turned and walked away, disappearing in the blink of an eye. The square-faced man and the skinny old man were petrified, their eyes wide open. They only reacted after a long while. What terrifying strength! With a 5-star Tier 5 cultivation, he killed more than a dozen evil god tribe members in an instant. There was even a 7-star Void Emperor among them. And it looked like he didn't use any effort at all. They were all killed in an instant. This person is definitely a rare genius with amazing combat strength. The few people who mocked Lu Ming before were now amazed. It seems that we were ignorant and thought that he was a hothead. He has such strength and deliberately released his aura to attract the evil god tribe members to kill him. His talent has limited our imagination. The square-faced man sighed. The skinny old man's face flushed red, and he felt extremely ashamed. Just now, he was the one who mocked Lu Ming the most, saying that he was a hothead who overestimated himself and was courting death. Now, he realized that this wasn't the case at all. It was him who was short-sighted and narrow-minded. Let's go back and continue our ambush. We don't have that kind of strength. The square-faced man laughed at himself and then left. Lu Ming continued to release his aura like before. As expected, he continuously attracted the attention of the mutated tribe members, but they were all killed by him one by one. But after that, Lu Ming's reputation spread throughout the battlefield. Many people knew that a peerless genius had arrived from the heaven realm. His battle prowess was shocking. For a time, when the outsiders saw Lu Ming, none of them dared to come out. Lu Ming's move failed. Lu Ming was speechless. It seemed that he could not use this move for long. He could only rely on himself to search for the evil god race. Lu Ming headed towards the center of the empty Emperor battlefield. In the center of the empty Emperor battlefield, a group of top empty Emperors had gathered. The top empty Emperors from both sides were hunting each other there. Lu Ming's speed was extremely fast. He did not need to hide at all. He directly flew across the sky and quickly flew towards the center of the battlefield. Not long after, he arrived at the core area of the empty Emperor battlefield. Boom! Boom! Lu Ming had just entered the core area when he heard a deafening explosion in front of him. Beams of resplendent light shot up into the sky. The scene was shocking. Someone was fighting and there was more than one person. There were many people fighting fiercely. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. He took a step forward and flew in that direction. At this moment, a fierce battle was taking place in front of Lu Ming. A group of Heaven Realm experts was surrounded by a group of evil god race experts. There were about 20 Heavenly Realm experts. However, there were about 50 evil god race experts. Both sides were experts, all 6-star empty emperors and above. They were all top experts in the empty Emperor realm. Charge out. On the Heaven Realm side, there was a true dragon that had grown to 100 meters long. It roared angrily and its dragon horn continuously shot out bolts of lightning. It wanted to charge out. This true dragon was very powerful. It was a 7-star empty emperor and had controlled 5 types of laws. It could be said that it was very powerful. However, the other side also had existences of the same level that blocked it. At this moment, the 20 Heaven Realm experts were all bathed in blood. Some were already seriously injured. The ground was littered with corpses. Some belonged to the human clan, while others belonged to the divine beast clan. Ah! A miserable cry rang out. On the Heaven Realm side, a giant elephant was chopped in half by an evil god race expert and died on the spot. Damn it, charge, we must charge out. That true dragon roared angrily. This time, they had fallen into a trap. In this core area, the top empty emperors of both sides were hunting each other. This time, the Heaven Realm had gathered dozens of top empty emperors. They had originally wanted to make a big move and ambush the evil god race. However, they did not expect to be ambushed by the other side. The other side had sent out even more experts. The moment they fought, the Heaven Realm side suffered heavy losses. There were only 20 or so of them left. They tried their best to charge out of the encirclement. However, there were too many of them. They were twice as many as them. Even if they tried their best, it was difficult for them to charge out. Charge out. If we can charge out, it'll count. We can't all die here. Someone shouted. A human expert with astonishing battle prowess was not weaker than that true dragon. He tried his best to charge out, but he was surrounded by 2 experts of the same level. He was beaten until he vomited large mouthfuls of blood and retreated repeatedly. None of you can escape. Today, all of you will die. A burly evil god race expert said coldly. These evil god race experts were all nobles with purple scales. Each of them had astonishing battle prowess. The Heaven Realm experts were in imminent danger. At this moment, Lu Ming had already arrived. Swoosh! He was like a streak of rainbow light, flying over from afar at an extremely fast speed, alarming everyone. There's only one person from the heaven realm, and he's a 5-star empty emperor. The moment the evil god race experts sensed Lu Ming's cultivation, they relaxed. On the heaven realm's side, everyone looked disappointed. Little brother, leave quickly. Leave this place. Someone shouted. He did not want to see Lu Ming coming over to die. Since you're here, don't even think about leaving. I'll send him on his way. An evil god race expert who was equivalent to a 6-star empty emperor held a battle axe and charged toward Lu Ming. Swoosh! He swung his axe toward Lu Ming. A battle sword condensed in Lu Ming's hand. Mystical power, sword of death. However, it was only formed from 7 types of laws. Lu Ming did not add in the primal chaos law. However, with Lu Ming's current cultivation, the power unleashed was also astonishing. Chapter 2267. He had killed a 6-star Void Emperor with a single slash. It was a clean cut. After killing this evil god tribe member, Lu Ming continued to move forward. A fiery light flashed in his eyes. There were more than 56-star Void Emperors and above. These crystal cores should be able to be exchanged for many treasures. This brat is quite strong. Send a few more people to kill him. An expert from the evil god tribe roared. Kill! Kill! Suddenly, 6 evil god tribe members charged towards Lu Ming. Among them, there were 2 7-star Void Emperors and 2 6-star Void Emperors. When the 6 of them attacked at the same time, their power was shocking. Swoosh! Swoosh! The third eye of the evil god tribe members emitted a bright light. 6 beams of destructive light pierced towards Lu Ming. Lu Ming slashed out with his sword and directly dispersed the 6 beams of destructive light. Then, he used the 6-feathered divine wings. With a flap of his wings, his body suddenly disappeared from the spot. It was as if he had penetrated through space and instantly appeared in front of the 6 evil god tribe members. The sword of death rapidly enlarged, becoming dozens of meters long and slashing horizontally. Puff! Puff! 3 of the evil god tribe members were swept by the sword light and were directly cut into 2. The destructive power from all directions completely annihilated the vitality of the evil god tribe members. The remaining 3 evil god tribe members were shocked. They wanted to retreat, but it was already too late. Swoosh! Lu Ming slashed out with his sword again. The remaining 3 evil god tribe members were also killed. With a sweep of his power of the realm, he collected all the crystal cores of the 6 evil god tribe members. The evil god tribe and the heaven realm experts who were in the middle of a great battle were all stunned. Even the great battle had stopped. That was 2 7-star Void Emperors and 4 6-star Void Emperors. Their combined combat strength was absolutely shocking. Not many living beings could resist the Void Emperor realm. However, 6 such experts were like cabbages in front of Lu Ming. They were cut up and killed at will. They finally understood that a terrifying expert had arrived. Otherwise, how would a 5-star Void Emperor dare to charge over when he saw so many experts? As for the living beings of the heaven realm, they were ecstatic. They were already in danger. It was very likely that they would be wiped out by the evil god tribe and die here. Such examples often occurred on this battlefield. However, Lu Ming's appearance gave them hope. Kill! After killing 6 experts from the evil god tribe, Lu Ming didn't stop. He flapped his 6 divine wings and rushed towards the evil god tribe members. Puff! Puff! Lu Ming was like a tiger that had entered a flock of sheep, sweeping through everything in his path. With every slash of his sword, at least one member of the evil god tribe would be killed. Regardless of whether it was a 6-star or 7-star empty emperor, as long as it was an empty emperor, it would be the same in front of Lu Ming. Within a few breaths' time, Lu Ming killed over 10 members of the evil god tribe. In addition to the ones he had killed earlier, in less than a minute, Lu Ming had killed over 20 members of the evil god tribe. The 50-odd members of the evil god tribe suddenly became 30-odd. Retreat, retreat! The members of the evil god tribe panicked. They understood that they had encountered a terrifying genius. When faced with such a genius, there was no way they could fight back. They could only flee. Don't let them go. Kill! The living beings of the heaven realm became excited and roared. Ignoring their injuries, they charged towards the evil god tribe with all their might, entangling them and not letting them escape. Scram! Scram! Those members of the evil god tribe panicked and charged forward crazily. However, most of them were still killed by Lu Ming. Only a few managed to escape. However, their speed was far inferior to Lu Ming's. Lu Ming executed his 6 divine wings, and his figure flickered continuously. He caught up with the escaping members of the evil god tribe and killed them one by one. Then, he returned and charged towards the members of the evil god tribe who were entangled by the living beings of the heaven realm. There was no suspense in this battle. Not long after, all the members of the evil god tribe were killed. Not a single one was left alive. Over 50 members of the evil god tribe, all of whom were 6-star empty emperors and above, died here. The living beings of the heaven realm felt like they were in a dream. In the beginning, they were ambushed and suffered heavy casualties. Then, they were besieged. Many people thought that they were doomed today. However, due to Lu Ming's arrival, he easily turned the situation around. Thank you, little brother. How should I address you? That true dragon turned into a middle-aged man and walked over to thank Lu Ming. The others also came over to thank him. My name is Lu Ming. Everyone, you don't have to be so polite. I just happened to pass by. Lu Ming said with a smile. Lu Ming. Could it be that Lu Ming who became an emperor with many laws? It must be him. Otherwise, who else would have such battle prowess? Upon hearing Lu Ming's name, the living beings of the heaven realm all felt respect. During this period of time, Lu Ming's name had already spread in the heaven realm. Many experts in Two World City had also heard of Lu Ming's name. Before becoming an emperor, he had already mastered 9 types of laws. Among them, there were even 3 strongest laws. This had never happened before. Most importantly, he had become an emperor. He had broken the truth and created a legend. It was hard not to be famous. After hearing Lu Ming's name, the living beings of the heaven realm finally reacted. No wonder Lu Ming's battle prowess was so shocking. If it was that Lu Ming, then it would not be strange. Everyone, farewell. Lu Ming smiled and did not say much. He stepped out of the place. Just now, Lu Ming took away the crystal cores and storage bracelets of the evil god tribe. Following that, Lu Ming wandered around the core area and killed some top empty emperors of the evil god tribe. In this empty emperor battlefield, it's too easy for me. There are no opponents at all. This way, it won't have the slightest effect of training. Lu Ming pondered. The most important thing for him to enter the battlefield was to train himself and strive to raise the other laws to the second realm. But in the empty emperor battlefield, no one was his opponent. He decided that he would enter the true emperor battlefield. The true emperor battlefield was definitely filled with experts. That was the place for him to train. Thinking of this, Lu Ming did not stay any longer and flew towards the true emperor battlefield. The true emperor battlefield was close to the empty emperor battlefield, but the area was much larger. The true emperor battlefield was undoubtedly more dangerous. Those who could cultivate and kill in the true emperor battlefield were all experts among the true emperors. Lu Ming's speed was extremely fast. On the way, he met 2 groups of evil god tribe who wanted to attack him but were directly killed by Lu Ming. Not long after, Lu Ming arrived at the true emperor battlefield. At this point, Lu Ming did not dare to swagger around like he did in the empty emperor battlefield. Lu Ming retracted his aura and landed on the ground, moving forward carefully. Lu Ming did not plan to enter the core area of the true emperor battlefield. He planned to train in the outer area. The battlefield was very quiet. There was not a single figure to be seen. In the battlefield, ordinary people did not dare to fly in the air because it was too big of a target. It was an act of courting death, unless one was a terrifying existence. Lu Ming moved forward carefully. At the same time, he spread out his spiritual sense, paying attention to the movements around him. Boom! Chapter 2268. A huge hand, covered in purple scales and the size of a water tank, grabbed at Lu Ming with shocking power. At the critical moment, Lu Ming reacted. He stomped his foot and a violent power erupted, colliding with the huge hand. Boom! With a violent explosion, Lu Ming's body was sent flying into the sky like a cannonball. Waves of piercing pain came from his feet, almost tearing them apart. What a strong power! Lu Ming was secretly shocked. When he collided with the claw just now, Lu Ming felt that the claw's power was shocking, far above his. Circulating the indestructible ancient scripture, the injury on his feet healed rapidly. Boom! On the ground, gravel flew everywhere, and a burly evil god tribe member appeared. This evil god tribe member was covered in purple scales and had an abnormally burly figure. He was a full 4 meters tall and held a thick iron rod. He stared coldly at Lu Ming. Bang! This evil god tribe member took a heavy step, causing the rocks on the ground to explode. His body soared into the sky, swinging the iron rod and smashing it at Lu Ming. The iron rod expanded rapidly like a mountain, pressing down on Lu Ming. The void exploded continuously, stirring up endless spatial storms. Lu Ming's pupils shrank rapidly. At this moment, Lu Ming did not hold back at all. He displayed his cultivation to the extreme. A long spear appeared in his hand. It was the divine ability, Infinite Dragon Spear, containing 9 types of laws. The power of the world surged crazily into the Infinite Dragon Spear. Lu Ming also swept out with his spear, turning into a shocking spear light that collided with the iron rod. Boom! The void started to ripple like water. Then, it continued to explode for tens of thousands of miles. Then, a figure was directly sent flying. It was Lu Ming. At this moment, Lu Ming's arm was covered in cracks, looking incomparably hideous. This was due to the conflicting laws. However, more importantly, the other party's terrifying power surged over and injured Lu Ming. Even though Lu Ming had used all his strength and displayed the divine ability formed by 9 types of laws, he was still no match. He was sent flying and injured by the other party. One had to know that when Lu Ming attacked, he had already activated the indestructible golden body. His entire body's defense was astonishing, but he was still injured. It was clear how powerful the other party was. The power cultivated by the evil god tribe is so strange. It's not a law, but its offensive power is extremely shocking. It can penetrate the laws. Lu Ming frowned. He felt that the power cultivated by the evil god tribe was similar to the primordial immortal Tao. For example, the primordial demonic path and primordial demonic path cultivated an extremely pure and terrifying power. A mere void emperor can actually block one of my attacks and not die. The evil god tribe member's eyes filled with shock and disbelief. This person must be a peerless genius of the heaven realm. I must kill him. Then, he became excited and emitted a ferocious killing intent. He took a step in the air and charged towards Lu Ming. Kill! Lu Ming did not retreat and also charged towards the other party. Although the other party's combat strength was stronger than his, it was not too ridiculous. He could not kill him in one move. Lu Ming was not afraid that he could not kill him in one move. He had the indestructible ancient scripture. Circulating the indestructible ancient scripture, the injuries he had suffered earlier had already healed. Lu Ming was still in peak condition. Lu Ming circulated the 9 types of laws, the strength of his physical body, and the power of the world to the extreme. He waved the Infinity Dragon Spear and fought with the other party. Boom! Boom! After 2 consecutive moves, Lu Ming was sent flying again. The bones in his body cracked and blood flowed out of his mouth. However, his injuries were recovering at an astonishing speed. In just a breath's time, more than half of his injuries were healed. This was the terrifying part of the indestructible ancient scripture. The recovery effect was not something that a single life law could compare to. Again. Lu Ming's eyes were filled with excitement. Pressure. He finally felt the pressure. This was impossible in the empty Emperor battlefield. The true Emperor battlefield was indeed extraordinary. The moment he entered, he encountered such a terrifying opponent. However, this was also the best training target. Lu Ming could fight with all his strength. Lu Ming held his spear and charged towards the other party. The two continued to fight. In terms of attack power, Lu Ming was no match for him. Every time he was sent flying, he would be injured by the other party. However, he would be able to recover at an astonishing speed every time. Monster, this monster! The evil god tribe member roared, his eyes filled with fear. Kill! Lu Ming roared, his aura was like a rainbow as he charged towards the other party, as if he was not afraid of death. However, at this moment, Lu Ming's hair stood on end as he felt a fatal danger. Bang! The ground exploded as a figure rushed out, flying towards Lu Ming at an astonishing speed. At the same time, several black lights slashed towards Lu Ming's head at an even more terrifying speed. Those were a few sharp blades that could easily cut through space. Danger, extreme danger. A thought flashed through Lu Ming's mind. At the critical moment, the infinite dragon spear was swung out, blocking the 2 sharp blades. Zzz, the sharp blades slashed on the infinite dragon spear, producing an ear-piercing sound. The infinite dragon spear was completely formed by the power of the world and 9 types of laws. However, at this moment, the laws vibrated and were cut by the sharp blades, almost cutting the infinite dragon spear into 2. Fortunately, these 2 sharp blades were blocked. However, there was a third one. Yes, there was a third sharp blade that slashed towards Lu Ming's neck. Lu Ming was shocked. He displayed the 6-feathered divine wings and quickly retreated. Pooh! Blood splattered everywhere. Although Lu Ming had avoided being hit in his vital parts, his chest was still slashed by the sharp blade. There was a deep wound and blood was gushing out. His body was almost slashed into 2. Lu Ming circulated the indestructible ancient scripture. The wound wriggled rapidly and automatically sealed itself, recovering rapidly. At this moment, Lu Ming saw the evil god tribe that attacked him. This evil god tribe member had an extremely strange appearance. It was very different from the evil god tribe that Lu Ming had seen before. Although this evil god tribe member was covered in purple scales, he was extremely small. He was only about 1 meter tall and had a thin body. However, the most peculiar thing was that he actually had 4 arms. Each of the 4 arms held a sharp blade. There was also a third eye in the forehead of this evil god tribe member. What kind of evil god tribe is this? Lu Ming's heart skipped a beat. He had never seen such an evil god tribe member before. A Void Emperor is actually so difficult to deal with. He is definitely a rare genius. I must kill him. Kill him. The thin and small evil god tribe member revealed a cruel look in his eyes. With a tremble of his body, he directly disappeared from the spot. At the next moment, Lu Ming felt a terrifying danger from behind. Without thinking, Lu Ming displayed the 6-feathered divine wings. The transparent wings flapped rapidly and dodged the other party's attack. However, a huge iron rod smashed towards Lu Ming. The powerful force suppressed Lu Ming to the point that he could not breathe. Chapter 2269. Lu Ming was surrounded by 2 members of the evil god tribe and could not dodge in time. At the critical moment, Lu Ming brandished the infinite dragon spear and blocked in front of him. Boom! Lu Ming's arm made cracking sounds as his bones broke. A terrifying force pressed down on him, sending Lu Ming flying as he coughed up large mouthfuls of blood. At the same time, the skinny member of the evil god tribe attacked again, charging toward Lu Ming. Lu Ming roared as he dodged with all his might. At the same time, he activated the indestructible golden body, making his body as hard as a divine weapon. However, when the other party's sharp blades slashed at Lu Ming's body, the indestructible golden body was still cut open. Several deep wounds appeared that reached his bones. If not for the indestructible golden body, his body would definitely have been cut into two. Damn it! Why is this brat so hard to kill? Kill, kill, kill! The skinny member of the evil god tribe kept roaring. His 4 arms and 4 sharp blades danced about as he unleashed a torrential attack on Lu Ming. At the same time, the other member of the evil god tribe also charged toward Lu Ming. With the two of them attacking together, Lu Ming fell into a dangerous situation. Lu Ming used all his strength to dodge and counterattack occasionally. However, he was still injured constantly. There were a few times where his head was almost chopped off. Fortunately, he had the indestructible ancient scripture, and his injuries were recovering rapidly. If it were anyone else, they would have died long ago. However, this could not go on. He was still no match for them and would be killed by them sooner or later. One of them was powerful, while the other was astonishingly fast. Both of them were stronger than Lu Ming. Lu Ming started to consider whether he should use the fallen star bow or not. Right at this moment, a rainbow light whistled over from not far away. Its speed was extremely shocking. A human. Lu Ming's eyes lit up. Lu Ming saw that it was a white-haired old man who was charging directly toward their battlefield. Swish! Even though he was very far away, the old man slashed out a sword light toward the skinny member of the evil god tribe. The skinny member of the evil god tribe brandished his 4 sharp blades to block, colliding with the sword light. With a few loud booms, the body of the skinny evil god race member trembled violently and was sent flying. And at this moment, the white-haired old man had already arrived. Wielding a long sword in his hand, an ice-cold sword light burst forth and rained down on the skinny evil god. The strength of this old man was frighteningly strong, even above that of the skinny evil god tribe member. Instantly, the skinny evil god tribe member was unable to retaliate, and could only defend himself. With only one stout evil god race member left, the pressure on Lu Ming immediately decreased significantly. Wang! Lu Ming brandished the infinite dragon spear and charged towards the burly evil god race being. Although he wasn't a match for the burly evil god tribe member, Lu Ming didn't care about his own defense at all as he launched a frenzied assault. Even if the opponent's attack landed on Lu Ming, as long as it wasn't an instant kill, Lu Ming wasn't afraid. In the beginning of their fierce battle, Lu Ming was still at a disadvantage, but as time passed, he began to reverse the situation. He did not care about defense. Even if he was injured, he would be able to recover quickly. However, his opponent could not do the same. He had to divide his attention to defend himself. After a long battle, he had consumed a lot of energy. Slowly, Lu Ming actually gained the upper hand, suppressing him instead. Continue, continue. Lu Ming's eyes became incredibly bright. In a life-and-death battle, one's potential could be stimulated the most. One's comprehension of laws was also the deepest. At this moment, Lu Ming felt that his comprehension of the array Dao laws and death laws had already reached a limit. He was about to touch the window of a breakthrough. Just a little more. As long as he pierced through that paper window, Lu Ming would be able to break through. Arg! At this moment, a miserable cry rang out. That skinny evil god tribe member was no match for the white-haired old man and was killed with a single sword strike. After the skinny evil god tribe member was killed, the burly evil god tribe member was greatly alarmed and panicked. He was pierced by Lu Ming's spear, and a hole appeared in his body. The burly evil god tribe member ignored his injuries and turned to flee. He knew that he was no match. If he didn't flee, only death awaited him. The burly evil god tribe member ran in the other direction of the white-haired old man, running at an astonishing speed. Trying to escape. Lu Ming's eyes turned cold and the fallen star bow appeared in his hand. He pulled the bowstring and a 9-colored arrow flew out. With Lu Ming's current cultivation, the power of the fallen star bow was even more shocking. The arrow flew through the void in an instant. The burly evil god tribe member wanted to block it, but he was seriously injured and couldn't block it at all. He was shot in the head and his brain exploded like a watermelon. 2 evil god tribe members were dead. Ha, amazing, amazing, really amazing. The white-haired old man laughed heartily and looked at Lu Ming with shock. Lu Ming's cultivation was only at the 5-star Void Emperor realm, but his battle strength was shocking. This shocked the white-haired old man. Many thanks for Senior's help. Lu Ming cupped his fists and thanked the white-haired old man. You don't have to thank me. With your strength, even if I didn't make a move, you would still be fine. You're just a 5-star Void Emperor realm expert, but you can actually fight against a 5th-order True Emperor realm expert. 5th-order True Emperor realm battle strength? Lu Ming was puzzled. Little brother, you don't know the difference in strength between true emperors? The white-haired old man was surprised. Lu Ming shook his head. He really didn't know. You dare to come to the battlefield without knowing the difference in strength between true emperors? The white-haired old man was speechless. He continued, little brother, let's take the crystal core and leave this place. I'm afraid that the battle just now will attract others. All right. Lu Ming flew towards the burly evil god tribe member and kept his storage bracelet and crystal core. As for the white-haired old man, he kept the storage bracelet and crystal core of the skinny evil god tribe member. Then, the 2 of them left the place. Not long after, they appeared in a hidden cave. Along the way, Lu Ming found out that the old man was called Bai Tai, and Lu Ming also told him his name. However, the elder had not heard of Lu Ming's name at all. This was because the other party had been on the battlefield killing alien tribes and had not gone out. Senior Bai, may I know the difference in strength between true emperors? Lu Ming asked again. He was curious when Bai Tai said that true emperors were at 5th-order True Emperor realm instead of how many stars they had. True Emperor realm is a very complicated realm. In terms of cultivation, it's usually between 1 star and 7 stars. However, the difference in strength is like heaven and earth because of the laws. In the True Emperor realm, laws determine battle prowess, cultivation isn't that important. For example, a 7-star True Emperor can only control 3 or 4 second-level laws while a 1-star True Emperor can control 9 third-level laws. Who do you think is stronger? Bai Tai explained and then asked rhetorically. Naturally, the one with 9 third-level laws is stronger. Lu Ming said. That's right. In the True Emperor realm, cultivation also determines battle strength, but it's not that important. Laws have a greater impact on battle strength. But the gap between laws in the True Emperor realm is too big. Everyone knows that as long as one reaches peak Void Emperor and cultivates 3 laws to the 2nd level, they can break through to the True Emperor realm and become a 1-star True Emperor. However, this is the weakest 1-star True Emperor with only 3 second-level laws. In order to become a Grand Emperor, one must cultivate 9 types of laws to the 3rd level. A few peak True Emperors have 9 types of laws at the 3rd level. 3 second realms and 9 third realms. Every realm has a difference in level of mastery. How big is the difference between them? Chapter 2270. Lu Ming rubbed his nose. He knew that there was a huge gap between them. 3 second realms and 9 third realms. The difference was truly shocking. The weakest True Emperor is at 1 star with 3 second-level laws. A peak True Emperor is at 7 stars with 9 third-level laws. The difference in power is too great. 1 star, 2 stars, and 3 stars aren't enough to determine an emperor's battle prowess. That's why in the ancient times, the ancestors made a more detailed division of the True Emperor realm. Based on battle prowess, True Emperors were divided into 18 levels. This is the battle prowess of an 18th level True Emperor. Bai Tai explained. Lu Ming was suddenly enlightened. He finally understood. True emperors have 18 levels of battle prowess. Lu Ming sighed. For example, those who have just broken through to the true emperor realm with 3 second-level laws are the weakest true emperor. Of course, within the same level, there are differences in strength as well. Some have supreme laws, some have monarch laws, and some have ordinary laws. There are also techniques that affect their battle prowess. Even those who have 3 second-level laws and 1 or 2 first-level laws have the battle prowess of a true emperor. Similarly, those who have 4 or 5 second-level laws and are 1-star true emperors have the battle prowess of a second-level true emperor. In short, the division is very complicated. It's hard to explain in a few words. I'll give you a jade talisman with a detailed breakdown of the true emperor realm. Take it and have a look. Bai Tai took out a jade talisman and handed it to Lu Ming. Thank you, Senior Bai. Lu Ming took it and scanned it with his spiritual sense. After a while, Lu Ming put down the jade talisman. He finally understood the true emperor realm's battle prowess. In the true emperor realm, laws affected one's battle prowess the most. However, cultivation, world energy, physical strength, techniques, and so on could also affect one's battle prowess. Therefore, the total battle prowess was divided into 18 levels. The 2 evil god tribe members they killed earlier had the battle prowess of a 5th-order true emperor. Lu Ming estimated that he had the strength of a 4th-order true emperor. Although Lu Ming's cultivation was only that of a 5-star empty emperor, Lu Ming's physical body was extremely strong and could make up for the lack of cultivation. On the other hand, Lu Ming had mastered 9 types of laws, and 3 of them were supreme laws. They could be transformed into divine abilities with terrifying offensive power. Adding on the fact that his law of primal chaos had reached the 2nd level, his battle prowess was comparable to a 4th-order true emperor. This was already extremely shocking. In history, there had never been a 5-star void emperor who had the strength of a 4th-order true emperor. The strongest among them was only equivalent to a 1st-order true emperor. However, Lu Ming understood that even though his battle prowess was only at the 4th-order true emperor realm, with the indestructible ancient scripture, Lu Ming could fight against a 5th-order true emperor. In fact, he could even exhaust his opponent to death. My battle prowess is equivalent to a 7th-order true emperor. Bai Tai informed. Lu Ming nodded. No wonder Bai Tai could easily kill a 5th-order true emperor from the evil god tribe. Lu Ming, only experts dare to enter the battlefield of true emperors. Even the weakest here has the strength of a 4th-order true emperor. The weaker ones wouldn't dare to enter as they would be killed easily. Bai Tai said. Lu Ming smiled bitterly. It seemed like his battle prowess was the weakest in the battlefield. However, Lu Ming wasn't worried. In fact, it stimulated his battle intent even more. Only in this environment would he be able to break through faster. In the previous battle, Lu Ming could feel that he was about to break through in the law of death and array Dao. Moreover, Lu Ming had many trump cards, such as the fallen star Bao and the heavenly emperor's physique. If he encountered a true emperor, he wouldn't have to worry about protecting himself. Lu Ming, why don't the 2 of us work together to hunt down the evil god tribe? What do you think? Bai Tai suggested. All right. Lu Ming pondered for a moment before nodding. Firstly, he felt that Bai Tai wasn't a sinister person. Moreover, he was unfamiliar with the battlefield of true emperors. It would be easier to hunt down the evil god tribe if he worked together with Bai Tai. Alright, but the periphery of the battlefield is also very dangerous. There are many experts and we can't go around recklessly. Let's find a place to ambush the evil god tribe first. Lu Ming had no objections to Bai Tai's suggestion. The 2 of them left the area and found a secluded place. Bai Tai took out a piece of black cloth and covered the 2 of them. Immediately, they merged with the rocks around them. The color was exactly the same, and it was impossible to see them. Moreover, the cloth had the ability to conceal their aura. If one didn't get close, they wouldn't be able to sense it. Lu Ming was amazed. It seemed like those who were active in the battlefield all year round had their own unique tricks. The two waited like that. For the first 2 days, there was no movement at all. They didn't see any outsiders or even a being from the heavenly world. It wasn't until the 3rd day that there was movement. "They're here." Bai Tai's eyes lit up as he looked towards the north. Lu Ming also looked over and saw 3 figures moving on the ground. Their speed wasn't fast and they were very stealthy. If one didn't look carefully, they wouldn't be able to see them. They were from the evil god tribe. There were 2 burly evil god tribe members and 1 skinny evil god tribe member with 4 arms. The 3 of them were very careful and carefully looked around to prevent an ambush. "Senior, should we make a move?" Lu Ming transmitted to Bai Tai. "Let's do it, but we can't rush out rashly. We need a plan," Bai Tai said. In the true Emperor realm, it was very difficult to judge the strength of the opponent before they made a move. The true Emperor realm was different from other realms. In other realms, it was possible to judge the strength of the opponent based on the strength of the opponent's cultivation. But in the true Emperor realm, it was hard to say. Some people's cultivation was low but their laws were shockingly strong. Naturally, their battle strength was also shocking. Therefore, in the true Emperor realm, luck was very important. For example, if you were to ambush someone and you were unlucky, you could only blame yourself for being unlucky. Therefore, it was very difficult for them to judge the strength of the 3 evil god tribe members. If it was in the past, Bai Tai wouldn't make a move when encountering 3 people because the risk was too great. But now, he decided to make a move. "How about this, you don't make a move first. I'll make a move first to test the opponent's strength. If the opponent's strength is stronger than mine, you use that bow to suppress him and we'll retreat. If the opponent's strength is within our range, we'll attack together and kill him," Bai Tai suggested. "Senior, won't you be in danger if we do that?" Lu Ming said, feeling a little touched. He understood that Bai Tai was protecting him. If the opponent's strength was too terrifying and far above theirs, Bai Tai would be in danger if he rushed out. But at least Lu Ming would be able to survive. How can there be no danger on the battlefield? Chapter 2271. They waited for a while longer. When the 3 evil god tribe members were close enough, Bai Tai made his move. Whoosh! Bai Tai seemed to have turned into a divine sword. He became one with the sword and pierced through the void, aiming for the vital points of one of the evil god tribe members. "There's an ambush!" One of the evil god tribe members roared. A battle axe appeared in the hands of the evil god tribe member who was ambushed by Bai Tai. Whoosh! Whoosh! At the crucial moment, Bai Tai's sword aura changed. The sword light that was originally 1 split into 8 sword lights and attacked the evil god tribe member. Although the evil god tribe member blocked 6 of the 8 sword lights, 2 sword lights still landed on the evil god tribe member. Bang! The evil god tribe member was sent flying. His body was almost sliced into several pieces. His scales scattered and 2 deep wounds appeared on his body. Fresh blood flowed out. Equivalent to a 6th-order true emperor. Lu Ming's heart shook as he judged the evil god tribe member who was injured by Bai Tai. Die! Bai Tai wanted to kill this evil god race tribesman in one go. However, the other 2 evil god race tribesmen had already made their moves, rushing towards Bai Tai. The 2 evil god tribe members were very strong. Bai Tai didn't dare to be careless and could only stop his defense. The 3 of them exchanged a few moves and Bai Tai was sent flying. Kill! Kill! The 2 evil god tribe members charged at Bai Tai. Bai Tai unleashed his full strength and was at a disadvantage. One has the strength of a 7th-order true emperor and the other has the strength of a 6th-order true emperor. Lu Ming judged the strength of the remaining 2 evil god tribe members. One of them had the strength of Bai Tai. With the 2 of them working together, Bai Tai was at a disadvantage. However, Bai Tai was focused on defense and wouldn't be defeated for a while. At this time, the injured evil god tribe member struggled to get up. He revealed a ferocious expression and was about to attack Bai Tai. Sixth Order True Emperor, I want to try it. Lu Ming revealed a trace of battle intent and rushed over. In the process of rushing out, Lu Ming condensed a long spear in his hand. 9 types of laws intertwined within it. Whoosh! He turned into a bolt of lightning and attacked the injured evil god tribe member. Void Emperor. Sensing Lu Ming's aura, that evil god tribe member was slightly taken aback. Then, he revealed a savage killing intent and said, "A mere Void Emperor dares to make a move against me? Kill!" As soon as he said that, a beam of destructive light shot out of his third eye. This beam of destructive light transformed into a battle sword that slashed at Lu Ming. Lu Ming raised his spear and collided with the sword. With a clang, the battle sword was sent flying. Lu Ming's figure paused for a moment before he continued to charge forward. So strong. Ignoring his injuries, he unleashed a torrential barrage of attacks. Lu Ming did his best to fight the other party. Although he was still at a disadvantage, his situation was slightly better than before. Law of Death, Law of Death. Lu Ming focused all his mind and broke through the bottleneck of the Law of Death. After exchanging more than 10 consecutive blows, suddenly, an incomparably powerful death intent emanated from Lu Ming's body. At the same time, Lu Ming's strength increased by a notch. Boom! Lu Ming clashed with the evil god tribe member again. This time, Lu Ming did not retreat. Instead, it was the evil god tribe member who was repeatedly forced back by Lu Ming's attacks. The Law of Death had broken through. Lu Ming's Law of Death had officially entered the second level. The Law of Death was the strongest Law of Death. It was not something that array Dao laws could compare to. With this breakthrough and the fusion with the Law of Primal Chaos, Lu Ming's combat strength increased by a notch. Lu Ming's strength began to suppress the other party. How is this possible? The other party roared in disbelief. How could there be such a person who broke through consecutively in the battle with him? This talent was simply too monstrous. Kill! With the increase in combat strength, Lu Ming's confidence increased greatly. He began to counterattack, attacking wildly. Swish! 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 Streaks of spear light enveloped the evil god tribe member. Pooh! Lu Ming's spear light pierced through the evil god tribe member's body, causing a long trail of blood to spurt out. If this evil god tribe member was at his peak, he would still be stronger than the current Lu Ming. Although Lu Ming had broken through 2 laws consecutively and his combat strength had increased, Lu Ming's combat strength did not rise to the 6th Order True Emperor realm. It was roughly at the peak of the 5th Order True Emperor realm. He was still weaker than the other party. However, the other party had been injured by Bai Tai previously and had fought with Lu Ming for a long time. His combat strength had weakened by several notches. At this moment, his combat strength was even weaker than Lu Ming's. Lu Ming's attacks were like a violent storm, attacking the other party without any regard for his own defense. This made the other party even more vulnerable. The 3 members of the evil god tribe were all killed. The 2 of them kept the storage bracelets and crystal cores of the evil god race and left this area. They hid themselves in another secret place while checking their spoils of war. In this battle, Lu Ming had obtained 2 bracelets of holding. In addition to the bracelets of holding from before, Lu Ming checked them one by one. World Core. Lu Ming's eyes brightened. He found a total of 5 world cores in his storage bracelet. Normally, only true emperors with stable minor worlds would be able to obtain the complete world core after killing them. After the evil god race killed the true emperors of the heaven world, they used the world core to return to receive their rewards. The world core was very useful to the living beings of the heaven world. As long as the power of laws on the world core was removed, the energy of the world core could be directly absorbed and refined. It could be used to condense a minor world and increase one's cultivation. Of course, if the laws of the other party's world core were exactly the same as one's own, then the benefits would be even greater. However, the upper echelons of Two World City had a rule that the people of the heaven world couldn't kill each other on the battlefield. Therefore, if one wanted to obtain the world core, they could only snatch it from the hands of the evil god race. The evil god race would hunt down the experts of the heaven world to obtain the world core. As long as one killed the evil god race, one would be able to obtain the world core. He took out the world core and stored it properly. After casually checking the other items, he kept them. Lu Ming, these 3 world cores are for you. At this time, Bai Tai had also finished checking. He took out 3 world cores and handed them to Lu Ming. Senior, you are. Lu Ming was a little taken aback. Take it. You're so young and talented, and your future is limitless. I'm different. I've already used up all my potential, and it's very difficult for me to improve. I'll keep some for myself, so I might as well give them to you. Bai Tai smiled. Senior, how can this be? Lu Ming refused. Take it. My ancestors were originally from the Hunyuan Heaven Domain. Later, the Hunyuan Heaven Domain was invaded by the other races, and my ancestors fled to the Taiching Heaven Domain. For so many years, my Bai clan has been fighting the other races in Two World City. Almost all of my ancestors died in battle. My purpose in life is to hunt the other races. However, with my talent, my achievements are limited. The number of races I can kill is also limited. In the future, I will have to rely on geniuses like you with endless potential. Take it. Bai Tai said. Looking at the old man's sincere and expectant eyes, Lu Ming couldn't refuse and took the 3 world cores. After that, they set up an ambush here. Unfortunately, they didn't see a single evil god race member for 3 days. Lu Ming simply took out a piece of the heart of the world and refined it. Surging energy was refined and turned into a part of Lu Ming's miniature world. His power of the world increased rapidly. These world cores were left behind by low-level true emperors. There was a limit to their energy, and it was impossible for Lu Ming to advance by leaps and bounds. However, the speed of his advancement was shocking. Lu Ming's cultivation rose rapidly to the peak of the 5-star illusionary emperor realm. In the next half a month, Lu Ming refined 5 world cores. His cultivation reached the peak of the 5-star illusionary emperor realm. During this half a month, they didn't encounter a single evil god race member. The 2 of them planned to leave this place and set up an ambush elsewhere. The 2 of them concealed their auras and ran carefully. Unfortunately, a few hours later, they were ambushed by the evil god race. This time, the other party was very strong. There were 3 7th-order true emperors. Lu Ming immediately took out the fallen star Bao and killed one of them. The other 2 escaped. In this battle, Bai Tai was heavily injured. They found a secluded place and Bai Tai focused on recovering. After Bai Tai recovered, they continued to hunt the evil god race. In the following days, Lu Ming and Bai Tai were in the True Emperor Realm's battlefield, constantly hunting and being hunted. Every once in a while, they would encounter a big battle. Time flew by. Lu Ming had been fighting in the True Emperor Realm's battlefield for close to 2 years. In these 2 years, Lu Ming experienced 56 battles. There were a few times when he almost died and was almost forced to use his Heavenly Emperor physique. The rewards from dozens of battles were shocking. Lu Ming's improvement was very fast. Devour, Force, Tools, and Alchemy laws all entered the 2nd level. Only the Life and Piercing laws didn't break through. However, Lu Ming felt that he could break through at any time. Chapter 2273. Lu Ming's battle prowess skyrocketed as well, surpassing Bai Tai now. With the indestructible ancient scriptures' insane regenerative abilities, his battle prowess was considered top-notch in the outer regions of the battlefield. Lu Ming's group decided to return to Two World City. He had fought dozens of battles in the True Emperor battlefield in the last 2 years. He needed to go back to Two World City to relax and recuperate. The two concealed their auras and spent a few days to return to Two World City. After returning to the Two World City, Lu Ming and Bai Tai parted ways. Time to exchange for resources. The first thing Lu Ming wanted to do was to exchange for resources and rest for 2 days before heading to the sacred grounds to cultivate. Lu Ming headed to the place where he could exchange treasures. Soon, Lu Ming arrived at a majestic hall. He walked into the hall and came before a counter. "Little brother, how may I help you?" A burly man in his 50s smiled at Lu Ming. "Senior, I want to exchange alien cores for treasures." Lu Ming said. "What treasures do you want?" the burly man asked. "Chaos stones." Lu Ming said. Chaos stones were his goal. Other treasures were not of much use to him. Only the chaotic chi within the chaotic gems could help him increase his cultivation and even use it to sense the laws of primal chaos. Chaos stones? Little brother, it's not that easy to exchange for chaos stones. You'll need a large number of alien cores. I have a list here of all the alien cores you need. Take a look. The burly man handed a list to Lu Ming. Lu Ming took it and scanned it with his spiritual sense. Inside was a long list of all kinds of outsider crystal cores that could be exchanged for all kinds of treasures. Lu Ming ignored everything else and found the Chaos Stone. At one glance, he was somewhat dumbfounded. So many. Lu Ming was speechless. He needed too many alien race crystal cores to exchange for chaos gems. Lu Ming estimated that the alien race crystal cores that he had obtained over the past 2 years could only be used to exchange for 3 chaos gems. One had to know that he had been through dozens of battles in the past 2 years. He had thought that he would be able to exchange for at least 10 chaos stones to break through to the true Emperor realm. It seemed that he had been thinking too much. But then again, chaos stones were consumables that couldn't be regenerated. Every time one was used, there would be one less. As time passed, there would be fewer and fewer of them. It was normal for them to be more expensive. From this, it could be seen that the rewards Heavenly Sovereign Six Mind had given him were generous enough. 3 chaos stones were equivalent to 2 years of risking his life. Little brother, do you want to exchange? The middle-aged man asked with a grin. Yes. Lu Ming gritted his teeth. He definitely had to exchange for it. The chaos gems were extremely useful to him. No matter how expensive they were, he had to exchange for it. The burly man was taken aback. Initially, he thought that Lu Ming was very young. At such a young age, it was almost impossible for him to kill enough alien tribe crystal cores to exchange for chaos stones. That was why he had given Lu Ming a list so that Lu Ming would know what to do. Unexpectedly, Lu Ming still wanted to exchange. He knew that he had misjudged. Lu Ming took out a storage ring and handed it to the burly man. Senior, these are my alien cores. Take a look. The burly man took a look and was even more surprised. He nodded and said, these cores can be exchanged for 3 chaos stones. With that, the burly man also took out a storage ring and handed it to Lu Ming. Lu Ming took a look and saw that there were 3 chaos stones inside. Lu Ming was overjoyed. He put it away, thanked him, and left the place. Lu Ming did not break through realm right away. After returning to his residence, he rested for 2 days and headed for that small world in the Tao Comprehension Ancient Tree. After fighting in the True Emperor battlefield for 2 years, Lu Ming's improvement was very great. He broke through 6 kinds of laws. Only life law and penetration law had not broken through to the second realm. However, Lu Ming had a feeling that it would be soon. He had already touched the threshold of breakthrough. As long as he comprehended a little more, he might break through. Lu Ming planned on using the mature Tao Comprehension Ancient Tree to wait for these 2 kinds of laws to break through before using Chaos Stones to break through realm. Arriving under the Tao Comprehension ancient tree, Lu Ming quietly started comprehending. Sure enough, the cultivation this time went very smoothly. In only 2 months, life law and penetration law broke through one after another, reaching the second realm. Lu Ming's combat strength soared again. While Lu Ming was cultivating, in a great hall of the Lan family, someone was discussing something. You said that Lu Ming exchanged a large number of alien cores for 3 chaos stones? Lan Cheng, the Lan family's heavenly emperor, asked an old man. That's right. My Lan family's people saw Lu Ming in the exchange hall. After asking around, they found out that Lu Ming had indeed used a large number of crystal cores to exchange for 3 chaos stones. An old man from the Lan family replied. It seems that this lad, Lu Ming, has entered the battlefield to hunt for foreign clans. In just 2 years, the crystal cores that he hunted can be exchanged for 3 chaos stones. This lad must not be left alive. Send someone to keep an eye on Lu Ming. You must find out where he is going. Understand? Lan Cheng instructed. The old man nodded. Lu Ming naturally did not know all of this. Now, go back and break through realm. Under the Tao Comprehension ancient tree, a smile appeared on Lu Ming's face as he left this place. After returning to his residence, Lu Ming entered the mountain river diagram. Then, Lu Ming took out a chaos stone and drew out 3 wisps of chaos qi. With a breath, he sucked the chaos qi into his mouth and began to refine it. Last time, he used a month to refine 3 chaos gems. This time, he only took half a month to refine 3 chaos stones and a total of 9 wisps of chaos qi. Rumble. Lu Ming's small world underwent a drastic change and began to expand. The power of the small world also became stronger and surged violently in his meridians. Lu Ming's aura also rose rapidly. It was 2 times stronger than before. After a period of time, Lu Ming's aura stabilized and was withdrawn into his body. 7-star Illusionary Emperor. Lu Ming finally broke through to the 7-star Illusionary Emperor. This speed was absolutely shocking. If this news were to spread, it would scare people to death. How long had it been since Lu Ming became a martial emperor? In just over 2 years, he had already reached the 7-star Illusionary Emperor. This speed was too terrifying. Lu Ming was able to improve so quickly mainly because his previous accumulation was too strong. As soon as he broke through, he became a 4-star Illusionary Emperor. Moreover, Lu Ming's law structure was very complete. All 9 of his laws had reached the 2nd level, which was far beyond his cultivation base. One should know that as long as 3 of his laws reached the 2nd level, he would be able to break through to the true emperor realm. Lu Ming's laws had far exceeded the requirements. His small world was incomparably stable, which was why he could continuously refine energy into it and improve his cultivation base. I still have some world cores with me. I'll continue to refine them and see if I can use them to break through to the true emperor realm. Lu Ming was looking forward to it. In the true emperor battlefield, he had obtained many world cores from the foreign races. In addition, there were also primordial stone cannons. This kind of huge cannon was made by refining weapons. It was engraved with large formations and was powered by origin stones. As long as there were enough ores, it would be able to unleash a terrifying attack. Even an 18th level true emperor would die from this attack. Even a great emperor would not dare to disregard it. These were all weapons of war. Rumble. All kinds of attacks bombarded the outsider starships. Many energy shields lit up on the alien warships, blocking the attacks from Two World City. Endless attacks landed on the energy barrier, causing it to vibrate continuously. Counterattack. Some of the foreign races roared. On the battleships, all sorts of attacks were launched towards Two World City. However, they were all blocked by the light outside the city. Both sides attacked each other from afar. The entire sky was drowned in dazzling light. Boom! Suddenly, a sword light slashed out from Two World City. It was extremely dazzling among all the light. The sword light was filled with boundless heavenly might. A heavenly emperor had made his move. However, a huge axe came out from the alien warships and blocked the sword light. Next, a burly figure appeared in the sky, emitting an earth-shattering aura. "Heavenly Emperor of Heaven, come out and fight me." The burly alien spoke, his thunderous voice resounding across the battlefield. "You think I'm afraid of you?" A dazzling sword light shot out from Two World City and attacked the alien warships. Boom! The two exchanged a move, then fought deep in the sky. These two people were undoubtedly both Heavenly Emperor realm figures. The attacks from both sides continued. Rumble. Finally, another alien warship's defenses were breached. Endless attacks landed on the warship, causing it to explode. All sorts of metal flew everywhere. On the battleship, countless non-humankind beings were flying around, but many of them were killed instantly by the attacks. Whoosh! An arrow that was dozens of meters long pierced through the void, piercing a peak true emperor and sending him flying 1,000 miles away. Boom! Another peak true emperor was hit by a pillar of light and exploded. However, there were a few figures that were abnormally strong. They weaved their way through and blocked most of the attacks. These were all emperors of the alien races. Go, go! The alien warships continued to charge towards Two World City. In the process of charging out, more battleships were destroyed, and more outsiders were killed. However, the alien warships were getting closer and closer to Two World City. In the end, after sacrificing a dozen warships and thousands of experts, they finally reached Two World City. Boom! 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 The warships crashed into the light barrier outside Two World City. The light barrier shook violently, and a hole was torn in it. Charge! The alien warships roared and charged through the cracks. Kill! On the city wall of the Two World City, there were also many experts rushing towards the holes. They were fighting against the alien races around the holes. It was a brutal scene. At the same time, the formation on the walls was still operating, turning into waves of attacks that attacked the aliens. This was the advantage of the Heaven Realm. By relying on the Two World City, although they had far fewer experts than the mutated races, they could still stop the mutated races from invading. Kill, kill! The slaughter was exceptionally bitter. In this place, there was no mercy, only slaughter. This was a war between two worlds, it was a matter of life and death. Only by killing the enemy could one survive. Experts from both sides fell one after another, forever staying here. Relatively speaking, the Heaven Realm had the upper hand. This was because the experts of the Heaven Realm only needed to block the holes that were torn open. With the help of the formation, it was much easier for them. Although there were some who died in battle, the number of foreign races who were killed was twice as high. Boom! 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 The void vibrated as a series of figures stepped out from the demonic race, emitting a terrifying aura. They were all heavenly emperors. There were more than a dozen of them. The aura of these heavenly emperors was too strong. Heaven and earth seemed to be groaning, unable to withstand the terrifying pressure. However, there were also heavenly emperors from Two World City that rushed out to stop the enemy. Fight! But this time, the alien race stopped tens of thousands of miles away. What are they doing? Everyone on the Heaven Domain's side. At this moment, a group of people flew out from the side of the foreign races. They flew towards Two World City and stopped 10,000 miles away. I heard that the Heaven Realm has produced many geniuses in recent years. Among the younger generation, countless experts have been born. Coincidentally, some geniuses have also been born in my world. Why don't we exchange pointers? A figure stepped out from the side of the outsiders, and his voice reverberated throughout the entire place. This outsider had a jade-like complexion. He had a head of violet hair, and was incomparably handsome. He looked no different from a human, except for the eye between his eyebrows. This was a member of the royal family of the Outsiders, a terrifying celestial emperor. The Outsiders were going to send out geniuses to challenge Qin Wentian. Many people were astonished. "How do you want to fight?" a big shot from the Heaven Domain asked. Everyone looked over and saw that it was Heavenly Lord's 6 saints. "You can leave now," said the royal of the alien race. Then, 5 figures walked out from the alien race. These were the 4 young men of the foreign race. Even though it was difficult to tell them apart based on their appearances, judging from their life auras, they were indeed from the younger generation. They were quite young. These are the 4 young geniuses of our domain. The Heaven Domain can also send 4 geniuses to fight," said the royal of the alien race. "What is this alien race doing?" "It's very simple. The alien race wants to use this move to attack the morale of the Heaven Domain. If their geniuses can crush our geniuses, many of us will feel despair and see no hope. On the contrary, the alien race's morale will increase greatly." Many people discussed. Many people realized that it was indeed so. This time, the Heaven Domain and the Primordial Realm could be said to have reached a golden age. Countless geniuses were born. Many people saw this group of geniuses as the hope of the Heaven Domain. They even used large amounts of resources to groom them. They could enter and leave as they pleased. They hoped that this group of geniuses would grow up and turn the situation around in the future. However, what if the geniuses of the alien race defeated the geniuses of the Heaven Domain? In that case, it would prove that even if the geniuses of the Heaven Domain grew up, they would still be no match for the alien race. How despairing would that be? It would be strange if their morale was not low. However, they had to fight this battle. If they did not fight, it would also affect their morale. This was the alien race's scheme. Many people looked at the alien race's geniuses. One of them was burly and covered in purple scales. When he opened his 3 eyes, they shone brightly. Another one was less than a meter tall and had 4 arms. The third one was the strangest. His body was about the same height as a human, and there were no scales on his body. However, he was like a shadow. His body was constantly twisting, and there was a 3rd eye between his eyebrows. The 4th one made many people's eyes narrow. It was a purple-haired young man. He was unbelievably handsome. His 3 eyes were slightly squinted, and there was a faint smile on his face. He was a royal of the alien race. "Who should we send out?" someone asked. "The 4 of them must be the top geniuses. We only have the 9 extinctions to win. There are some 9 extinctions in the 2-world city, but they seem to be in seclusion. Send someone to find them." Voices were heard. Then, some heavenly emperors entered the sacred cultivation grounds of the 2-world city to look for the 9 extinctions. As for the outsiders, they waited patiently outside the city walls. Not long after, a few figures flew towards the city walls from the 2-world city. Found them. Many people's eyes lit up. There were 4 young men behind the heavenly emperor. Coincidentally, 4 of the 9 extinctions are in the 2-world city. The heavenly emperor smiled. The others smiled as well. The 9 extinctions were the 9 strongest geniuses of the younger generation in the Heaven Domain. They had reached the true emperor realm long ago, and each of them was a heaven-defying genius. With the 9 extinctions, they would definitely win. "Are they the ones?" one of the 9 extinctions said arrogantly, and he was full of confidence. If Lu Ming was here, he would have recognized him immediately. It was Xian Wulin, who was defeated by him and almost left the 9 extinctions. During this period, Xian Wulin had been in seclusion in the 2-world city, and his combat strength had increased tremendously. I have been in seclusion for a long time, and I want to stretch my body." Chapter 2276. Xian Wulin and the others were very confident. They stood at the peak of the younger generation in the heaven field, and their talents were unparalleled. They believed that as long as they grew stronger, they would be able to reverse the situation in the heaven field and defeat the non-humans. They might even be able to lead the army of the heaven field to the evil god world. They didn't put the non-human prodigies in their eyes. "I'll go with you," Heavenly Sovereign Six Sacred said as he stepped out, followed by a few other heavenly emperors. Xian Wulin and the other three prodigies also stepped out and stopped not too far away from the non-humans. "You're finally here. I thought you guys wouldn't dare to fight," one of the non-humans said lightly. "The heaven field isn't afraid of anyone in the younger generation," Heavenly Sovereign Six Sacred said coldly. "If that's the case, then let's begin. You can choose any of the four prodigies you want," the Heavenly Emperor of the non-humans said. Xian Wulin and the others were also sizing up the four non-human prodigies. When they saw the outsider royal, serious looks appeared in their eyes. Everyone knew that the non-human royal was extremely rare, but each one of them had terrifying battle power and limitless potential. They didn't care about the other non-human prodigies, but they had to take the non-human royal seriously. "I'll go first," Xian Wulin said as he stepped out. His eyes scanned the four non-human prodigies and finally landed on the burly non-human. The burly non-human race was the most common race among the non-humans. The people of the heaven field knew this race the best. Xian Wulin naturally chose the one he was most confident in. "You, fight me." Xian Wulin pointed at the burly non-human. "You're choosing me." The burly non-human opened his three eyes and emitted a cold murderous intent. Being the first to be chosen, he felt that he had been underestimated. "Brat, it's your bad luck to choose me first. Brat, remember, the one who defeated you is called Wei Mo." The burly non-human stepped out and emitted a powerful aura. A true emperor. There was no doubt that Wei Mo had reached the true emperor realm. There are strong and weak true emperors as well. "Die!" Xian Wulin made his move. With a push of his hands, two stars appeared and shot towards Wei Mo. Petty tricks. Dandan opened his mouth and two beams of destructive light shot out from his third eye. Bang! Bang! The two stars that Xian Wulin shot out were easily defeated. Xian Wulin's face darkened slightly. He quickly formed a seal with his hands, and one star after another appeared around him. There were a total of 360 stars. Stellar Cycle Fist. Xian Wulin did not hold back at all. He directly used his strongest killer move and raised his combat strength to the maximum. Whoosh! 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 Stars streaked across the sky, carrying long tails as they hurtled towards Wei Mo. Xian Wulin's combat strength has increased by a lot. That's right. A few years ago, when he fought against Lu Ming in Alcade Ancient City, his battle prowess was only equivalent to a third-order true emperor. Now, he's already a fifth-order true emperor. On the Heaven Realm's side, many people were overjoyed. Thinking about it, the Black Tortoise Forest had suffered a great loss in the battle with Lu Ming. In the past few years, they had worked hard and improved at an astonishing rate. They believed that this battle was in the bag. But in the next moment, the faces of the Heaven Realm's people changed drastically. Wei Mo roared as his body emitted a crystalline purple light. A battle axe appeared in his hand, and his burly body charged towards Xian Wulin like a wild beast. Whoosh! 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 At the same time, Wei Mo held the battle axe with both hands and continuously slashed at the stars. Bang! Bang! Those stars were like bubbles that were easily split apart by Wei Mo. Wei Mo took large strides forward, and the battle axe continued to slash out. Stars formed one after another and were destroyed. Xian Wulin's face changed. He roared and pushed his palms forward. In an instant, a total of 200 stars flew towards Wei Mo. Break! Wei Mo shouted coldly and slashed out several hundred times. The sky was filled with axe shadows. Those stars exploded one after another. Kill! In the end, Waymore roared and slashed out a shocking axe light. A giant battle axe that was 10,000 meters tall suddenly slashed towards Xian Wulin. Xian Wulin's pupils contracted rapidly. He erupted with all his strength and merged all the stars into one, forming a giant star that flew towards his opponent. But when the giant battle axe slashed down, the star exploded like a sun in the sky. Xian Wulin screamed miserably as his body flew far away. He flew for more than 10,000 meters before crashing to the ground and vomiting blood. Defeated. Xian Wulin was defeated. The faces of the Heaven Realm's experts were ugly. Xian Wulin, one of the 9 absolutes, was defeated without causing much trouble for his opponent. This Waymore's battle strength is at least at the 6th order True Emperor realm. Someone said solemnly. Many people sucked in a breath of cold air. The foreign races also had such terrifying geniuses? How could this be? The Heaven Realm and the primordial world had only produced a large number of geniuses during the Golden Age. But how could the foreign races have such powerful geniuses? It must be a special case. The foreign races can't have many of such geniuses. Impossible. Someone growled, finding it hard to accept. This is the Heaven Realm's genius. He can't even withstand a single blow. Waymore said coldly. He looked at Xian Wulin with disdain and walked back with his battle axe. Heavenly Sovereign, 6 saints and the other heavenly emperors had ugly expressions. Xian Wulin's defeat would more or less affect the Heaven Realm's morale. You must win the second round. Heavenly Sovereign, 6 saints transmitted his voice to the remaining 3 geniuses. I'll go for this round. The bald youth stepped forward. This person's combat power was very strong. Back then, in the Alcade ancient city, he had also made a move to deal with Lu Ming. However, he was stopped by Dandan and displayed shocking combat power. He was much stronger than the Xian Wulin back then. The bald youth's gaze swept across the remaining 3 geniuses and finally landed on the skinny foreign race with 4 arms. You, come out and fight with me. The bald youth said. Then I'll fulfill your wish. The skinny foreign race smiled faintly. He took a step forward and appeared in front of the bald youth. His speed was shocking. Whoosh! Following that, the skinny youth made his move. His body flashed and disappeared. In the next moment, 4 incomparably sharp rays of light appeared around the bald youth and slashed towards him. So fast! Many people were shocked. The skinny foreign race's speed was too shocking. His body flashed so fast that it was impossible to catch him. Mad Demon Fist! The bald youth roared as he punched out with both fists. Terrifying fist energy swept out in all directions like a mad demon. Clang! Clang! The sound of metal vibrating echoed in all directions. You're tuning into the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.